And we're live. How exciting. Welcome. I am Haley Gray, and I'm the group owner here in the Women's Entrepreneur Network, and we got on Zoom this time. I'm so excited. Welcome, Claire. I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, this is so much fun. Tell me a little bit about what it is that you do and who it is that you help.
So I work with mission-driven entrepreneurs. I am a superhuman success and soul goal coach. So I'm really about helping mission entrepreneurs to connect with that one big thing that they want to do, create, that deep purpose that I call a soul goal, and really build a business around that is sustainable. Obviously it converts to an income, has the biggest impact possible, and I help them to really consolidate their message and mission in their marketing, and all of that is built upon the foundation of bringing out our inner superhuman and really building that indestructible mindset and unbreakable belief in ourselves.
I like that. I really, really like that. Now, so yeah, I just got the live up where I can see it. So what are like the biggest challenges you think are facing entrepreneurs right now? Because it's like stressful. And people are going, oh my gosh.
I assumed what those problems were. I assumed panic, fear, and a real feeling of uncertainty. But I didn't just want to rely on that. So I actually went out into the Facebook, Instagram world and I asked the question, like, what is your biggest question right now? And the questions came back around, you know, when will this end? What am I going to do in the meantime? What does this mean for my business? How am I going to pay my next bill? What does it mean about that course I was going to launch? And the message I want to put across is it should be business as usual. And if you're on a mission, your calling to step up is even louder right now. You know, now is a time to really use the abundance of time that we don't usually get. Often, certainly women are also mums and they're doing the school run and doing the shopping, and all of that normalness has been taken away and given us this grand opportunity for introspection and learning to really connect with how do we want to serve and what can we teach people? How can we really help people now based on our own personal experience? My personal experience was 14 years living in a survival mode that for me feels a lot like this, you know, all uncertainty in the world, a lot of fear, shrinking to a reality I was actually creating with my mind. And I think with the influence of the media right now and the way that the coronavirus is everywhere and being sensationalized, this is having a huge impact on our mind and the fear that we're creating. And it's triggering those emotional memories from all through our lives that are, you know, that have been issues for us, and it's bringing those issues to surface. And so what my message is to not shrink. This is an opportunity to expand and to expand to the vision of what you really want to create.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's interesting that, you know, I think people are seeing this whole situation as a very bipolar kind of a situation. They're either seeing the opportunities or they're definitely not seeing any kind of opportunity, whatever, because life as they know it has just ended.
Yeah.
So how do you talk to that person whose life as she knew it just came crumbling down around her ears?
Yeah. First of all, I acknowledge all those feelings that she has, because we have every single right to feel whatever we're feeling, and it's about really connecting with those feelings and understanding where they truly come from, because as we dig into those feelings, we start to see some of the things that have always been issues for us. And like I say, it's not necessarily the coronavirus that we fear, It's things within us that are insecurities, unhealed traumas. And then it's a case of working on those, working through those, helping her to shift that focus. Because when we go into that fear place, we're also in a scarcity place. And so we shift from the scarcity to the abundance. And in that shift, there's such a change in energy in terms of how we feel and how we can show up. When we're in that high vibration, we're in a higher productivity, we're in a higher creativity. And when I work a lot with the brain, so I love biohacking emotional trauma. And what we do when we get out of that fear place, out of that reptilian brain, into the front of our brain where we have all of our innovation and we're able to make those conscious, rational decisions, everything changes and you start seeing the opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. And what kind of opportunities do you really think that there are right now?
Personally, I see opportunity to look at things in your business model that always needed looking at, because we always have, my own coach calls it holes in our buckets. So if you think about the buckets being the systems of your business, whenever you hit a business challenge, it's an opportunity to go and see what holes are in your buckets. And I see that is exactly this, you know, what our number one priority as businesses should be is to be able to run our business in whatever situation so that it's truly sustainable. And this has given us an opportunity to look at that, where we can take things online, where there are opportunities that we hadn't even ever thought to think about. It's an opportunity to diversify income streams and not just rely on one income stream, but to rely on many income streams. Mm-hmm. You know, it's an opportunity to walk out of this coronavirus crisis in a better position than we walked in.
Absolutely. And you know, how do you address the, you know, a lot of people are like going to be like, that's just not possible to come out of this better than I walked in, right? That disbelief of how is that even possible?
I would say that we get to keep what we speak, and that your language right now is very powerful and your choice right now is huge. You can either decide to believe that and, like I say, freeze, shrink, fail, or you can change your story. You can change your language. You can interrogate some of those beliefs that perhaps haven't served you for a very long time and choose to have different beliefs that are going to serve you. It's all about choice. Mm-hmm. And I know it feels like in this crisis, our choice has been taken away.
Right.
The government lockdown feels like it's more powerful than us. But anything is only more powerful than us when we hand our power away. And we hand our power away by allowing ourselves to be affected. And so this is a great opportunity to ask that question: what do I have to do? What is the internal work I have to do? What is the support I have to seek to be okay in spite of, so I'm not giving my power away? Because that one thing, that choice, that's the one thing we have right now. And we can make the right choice. We can make better choices. We can choose to change our reality by changing our story. And our language is powerful in that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love that. So if somebody wanted to go about finding you online, they're like, oh my gosh, she has such an amazing inspirational message. How do they go about finding you?
So I'm on Instagram. I'm on @CW_full_circle. And if you connect with me on there, drop me a follow, drop me a direct message, then we can have a chat and see exactly what you need, because I've made a lot of resources available right now to help mission entrepreneurs in their businesses, free resources, including a free support group. So I've created a free support group on Facebook, and I can give you the details for that and really dig into the support that you need so that I can give you the right resource.
Absolutely. And that's
Instagram's the best place to start.
That is fantastic. Okay. You know, and this is really helpful too. You know, so let's leave people with a little bit of a story. So can you tell me a story about a time where, you maybe yourself like hit that like moment of decision or that turning point in your life, or where a client, or a friend has hit that as well? And how did you handle that? How was that handled?
So you're giving me the feels right now. I've just got like goose pimples all over myself. I mean, there's so many client stories I could tell you. But I think the one that is most powerful for me right now is remembering where I was 3 years ago. So I mentioned that I lived in survival mode for 14 years. And the reason for that was because in 2004, while I was traveling around South America, I was drugged and raped. And this completely changed my life. It completely changed who I was. It took away all those dreams. It took away my truest value of freedom. And I took on this identity that was never me. And in doing that, I shrank to my reality. I shrunk to my reality of fear and uncertainty, not liking uncertainty anymore, not trusting people, not trusting myself. And I started to live a very different life to the one that is aligned to my soul goal. And that is why I'm so passionate today about helping others to reconnect with that soul goal. Because I feel when we're living outside of alignment with it, life isn't easy, life isn't happy. We're just not the best versions of ourselves. And I believe that lack of alignment causes a lot of anxiety. Yes. I ended up in chronic anxiety that really took me to a place where I was stuck at home, not showing up in my true potential, overwhelmed by everything. And even though I was trying to build a business, I was in my own way. I would blame the fact that I didn't know how to do marketing properly back at the time. I would have blamed the fact that I didn't know how to run a business back in the time. But the truth was, it was me. It was me standing in my own way. And of course, that led to financial struggle, deep financial struggle, whereby I actually got to the situation where we couldn't pay our bills. We were about to lose our house. And I have 2 small children, and they were telling me, Mummy, I'm hungry. And I was looking in the fridge. There was no food. I was looking in the pantry. There was no food. I even went in the freezer, and those kind of boxes that are there that you don't even know what's in them, but you'll eat them when you're really hungry. Even they had gone, right? And so I was in this position where I had to bundle the children into the pushchair and walk down to the food bank. And in the food bank, my children, and this is the defining moment, I was helping the lady to pull some food out of the cupboard and put it into the bags and boxes. And my children grabbed the box of cereal and they ripped it open and they started shoving cornflakes into their mouths with their hands. And it was this moment where I realized that I'd been so stressed, so anxious, that I hadn't ever even noticed how hungry they were. And for me in that moment, everything changed. It was like my whole energy shifted and I made a decision. There's such a big difference between having a choice and making a freaking decision, to actually say everything in my life has to change, and acknowledging in that moment that I have no idea how or why, but just setting that intention. And in setting that intention, from the day I walked out of that food bank, opportunities started to come in front of me. It was like a door opened and, a mentor walked into my life. A business opportunity showed up. Everything changed, and I swear it was just the energy of intention. So my big message right now would be, like, for you, it may be like that day where it feels like the whole world is crumbling down, that you have no options. The worst maybe you can't feed your children, or you're fearing not being able to feed your children. But just question what you're putting out in your energy and in your intention. Because if you can make that decision that you want to shift, that you're ready to shift, that you're ready to receive, then opportunities are going to be put in front of you, and avenues for you to be able to reach out and start making that change.
Absolutely. That is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Claire.
It's okay.
This is amazing. That is so powerful. You know, that making a decision and deciding that now is the time that you are going to change things.
It's funny, my Facebook group is called It's Our Time for that exact reason, because you have to be in that place. You have to be in that mindset that you're ready.
Mm-hmm. Your Facebook group is It's Our Time.
Yeah, It's Our Time. Our inspired community. Yeah.
I love it. That's beautiful. And I just posted the name of your Facebook group there. So guys, go join her Facebook group, and I hope you find some inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me today.
And thank you for doing this as well. I know you're inspiring a lot of people. You do it every day, and we're grateful for you as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Enjoy your day.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye.